The final trailer for Wicked, for Good dropped like a spell-cast lightning bolt, igniting the internet and leaving fans replaying every glittering frame. After years of speculation, casting debates, behind-the-scenes glimpses, and whispered fan theories, we finally have one last preview of the highly anticipated two-part cinematic event that will reimagine Gregory Maguire's Wicked and the world of The Wizard of Oz for a new generation. But this isn't just another musical-to-movie adaptation. With Ariana Grande as Glinda and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, the film positions itself as both a retelling and a reimagining of friendship, rivalry, fate, and the storm that changes everything, literally and figuratively. And the trailer doesn't shy away from hinting at the tornado, Dorothy's arrival, and the explosive climax of these witches' intertwined stories. Let's dive deep into the creative storm that is this final trailer, breaking down how it presents Grande, Erivo, Dorothy, and the tempest that will sweep them all into legend. Section 1: The glimpse that shook Oz, breaking down the trailer. The trailer opens with a familiar yet haunting soundscape, the whisper of wind that quickly crescendos into the roaring gust of the tornado. But before Dorothy's farmhouse spins into view, we see Elphaba, Cynthia Erivo cloaked in shadows, her emerald skin shimmering in a faint flash of lightning. Cut to Ariana Grande as Glinda, framed in radiant light, her crystalline voice floating over the storm. "It's time," she says, with a mix of fear and conviction. That line alone sent fans spiraling on social media. Time for what? Time for Dorothy to arrive. Time for Elphaba to rise against the wizard. Time for Glinda to finally choose between loyalty and politics. And then we see her, Dorothy. Not fully revealed, but her gingham dress and iconic ruby slippers sparkle through a whirl of rain and debris. The final trailer isn't Dorothy's story, but her presence is undeniably the trigger for everything that follows. The montage quickens. Flying monkeys swoop, citizens of Oz panic, the Emerald City shakes, and Glinda and Elphaba confront each other in a throne room lit like a cathedral. Their eyes lock, and you feel decades of Broadway echoes condensed into one cinematic stare. Finally, the storm. A full, swirling, CGI masterpiece that isn't just meteorology, it's metaphor. It's chaos. It's destiny. Section 2: Ariana Grande as Glinda, the pop princess reimagines a good witch. When Ariana Grande was cast as Glinda, the internet erupted. Could the pop diva of whistle notes and chart dominance step into the delicate, sparkly shoes of Broadway's most iconic soprano role? The trailer answers with a resounding yes. Grande's Glinda is not simply popular. She's layered. The trailer shows her smiling bravely as she helps citizens seek shelter, but also trembling when facing Elphaba across the storm. Her voice, bright yet tinged with vulnerability, suggests a Glinda who is very aware of the cost of goodness. We see snippets of her high camp, the hair, the gowns, the bubble magic, but we also glimpse her raw humanity. Grande's Glinda, unlike some previous interpretations, isn't just comic relief or shallow contrast. She's weathering the storm as much as Elphaba is, though her storm is political rather than magical. Section 3: Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba, the storm personified. Cynthia Erivo doesn't just play Elphaba, she embodies her. Every shot of her in the trailer radiates power, pain, and defiance. The camera loves her silhouette, her hands trembling with restrained magic, her eyes glowing with both fury and sorrow. But the brilliance of Erivo's Elphaba is in the nuance. In one moment, she's commanding tornado winds with a raised hand, in another, she's breaking down, whispering to Glinda, "They'll never see us as we see each other." Erivo's performance promises to bridge the gap between misunderstood outcast and revolutionary leader. She is the tornado, uncontainable, feared, yet vital. Section 4: Dorothy's shadow over the story. The final trailer makes it clear, Dorothy may not be the star, but she is the storm's catalyst. By revealing just a flash of her presence, the slippers, the farmhouse, Toto's bark, the filmmakers set the stage for her as both innocent traveler and disruptive force. What's fascinating is how the trailer positions Dorothy not as a heroine, but as a question mark. Will she ally with Glinda? Will she condemn Elphaba? Or is she merely a pawn in Oz's larger chess game? In this way, Dorothy becomes less a character and more a mirror. She reflects the choices of the witches, forcing them to confront who they've become. Section 5: The tornado, more than weather. It would have been easy for the filmmakers to treat the tornado as a set piece, a big-budget special effect. But the trailer suggests something deeper. The tornado is threaded through every frame, sometimes literal, sometimes metaphorical. We see it tearing through Munchkinland, but we also see its echo in the swirling gowns of the Emerald City dancers, in the spin of Glinda's bubble, in the spiral staircase Elphaba ascends before taking flight. The storm is both Dorothy's arrival and the witch's reckoning. It is chaos and clarity, destruction and rebirth. Section 6, The Friendship at the Eye of the Storm. At its heart, Wicked is not about Dorothy or even Oz, it's about the friendship and fracture between Elphaba and Glinda. The trailer understands this. The most powerful shots aren't of the storm or the wizard's machines but of the two women facing each other. A hand almost reaching out. A tear rolling down a cheek. A whispered, "For good." Grande and Erivo's chemistry crackles, not unlike Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth's legendary Broadway pairing. But where the stage musical often leaned on archetypes, the film seems determined to ground their bond in messy, human truth. They aren't just friends or rivals. They are soulmates torn apart by ideology, circumstance, and a tornado that won't stop spinning. Section 7, Fan Reactions. A cyclone on social media. Within minutes of the trailer's release, hashtags like #WickedForGood, #Ariana as Glinda, and #Elphaba Supreme were trending worldwide. Some fans wept openly at Erivo's rendition of Defying Gravity, teased in the closing seconds. Others praised the CGI tornado, calling it the best visual metaphor since Twister. Memes of Dorothy crashing the witch's sleepover flooded TikTok. But perhaps the most touching reactions came from Broadway veterans and original cast members, who applauded the trailer for honoring the show's legacy while expanding its emotional range. Section 8, Themes. Weathering the Storm Together. Why does this trailer hit so hard? Because in a world still reeling from division and uncertainty, the story of two women trying to navigate loyalty, identity, and friendship against the backdrop of chaos feels achingly relevant. The tornado isn't just in Oz. It's in us. It's in our politics, our relationships, our fears. And watching Glinda and Elphaba weather it together, and apart, feels like both tragedy and hope. Section 9, Looking Ahead. What the trailer promises for the film. If the trailer is any indication, audiences can expect a darker, more emotionally complex Wicked than Broadway audiences may remember. Dorothy is a disruptive, ambiguous force rather than a savior. Show-stopping performances from both Grande and Erivo that blend pop star charisma with Broadway gravitas. Visual storytelling that uses storms, light, and shadow as thematic anchors. A heartbreaking yet uplifting finale that will leave audiences questioning what it really means to be good. Conclusion, the final spell. As the trailer closes with the words, "For good," sung in aching harmony, the screen fades to black. The storm subsides, leaving silence. And in that silence, fans across the globe are left breathless, ready to step into Oz one more time. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo aren't just playing witches. They're reshaping a cultural myth, reminding us that even in the eye of the storm, friendship and fate remain intertwined. And when Dorothy steps into that world, red slippers glinting, we'll all be swept away.